So welcome to Past, Present, Future, the Full Circle podcast. On this podcast, we will be speaking to artists, managers, label owners, stylists, really anyone involved within the UK music and rap industry. The aim is to give you a full circle overview on their life, their past, their present, and obviously their future. So just to intro, so Past, Present, Future,
okay, cool.
Episode 13, which is crazy. So we're here with Gino.
Yes,
but first of all, as I always do, I just want to hand it over to you to introduce yourself, and then what I'll kind of do is go through the structure, and really what we're looking to understand is why you're here today, how you're here today, and what you've gone through to get here as well.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, but it'd be great if you could introduce yourself initially, and then we can go from there.
All right. I go by the name of Gino J. I'm a UK artist. And come from East London, Newham, and that's me.
For sure.
Yeah.
I want to start how I always kind of tend to start, and then like stem off from that point. But I want to do things a little bit differently today. And when I say childhood to you, what's your immediate reaction to that word?
For me personally, I had a good upbringing. You get me? My childhood, it was cool. It was cool. You get me? Growing up, like family and everything. Yeah, it was. I couldn't have asked for more. It just when you get into like the ages of like teenage ages, you see life a bit different, and then you get into the adulthood and things start becoming real. Understand? So like, you know, the area I'm from, and you know, just adulthood, literally just me going into uni and everything as well, just everything starts hitting. So but childhood in itself, I feel like my childhood was cool. I couldn't complain. Yeah.
So you mentioned that things became real when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
What, if you could expand on that, what do you mean by real in that sense?
As in doing things for myself and not relying on, you know, parents and whatnot, because someday you're gonna have to grow up and do things for yourself. So I feel like that became real in itself, and then, you know, choices going forward as in career and what you're doing, and you know, other things as well. So that became real to me still. So
I was gonna say, so at what point did it become apparent to you that like a normal middle of the road job was not for you?
Probably on my like second, third job. Literally, it was like I was trying to balance everything together. So I was doing music, then I was working, then you know, I was going uni, then I was even playing football at the time as well.
Jesus.
So it's just like balancing everything, and it's like, okay, cool, I've got one or two things working for me, but I can't do the rest. You get me? I'm only human. There's only so much I can do. So it just felt like me working a job wasn't my reality no more. I felt like music was what I wanted to do, and then I was still doing uni at the time, and I left football as well. So those were like the two that I was doing at the time, and even uni I dropped out as well. So it was like, wow, music was the only thing getting me through with life as well. And that's literally it.
You mentioned getting you through with life, which implies that it was incredibly hard at that moment in time.
Definitely.
How would you describe how hard life was at that moment in time?
You know, with uni, my heart wasn't in it.
Really?
After a while, like...
Why did you go?
At the time that I did go, like I made a choice to go, I didn't have nothing going for me. I literally just finished college and I went into uni. So music wasn't even music was half-hearted at the time. So just like, okay, cool, I've got uni and it's something I can focus on. But then, you know, going studio and, you know, releasing tracks, and, you know, I even got signed during uni as well. So it became a reality, and it was like, I actually don't need to be doing uni. My heart started, you know, fading away from it a bit. So it's like, music's the reality now.
How much of the decision to go to uni was driven by external influences such as parents, family, friends?
I'll say that was definitely driven by parents. As much as I didn't have nothing going on for myself and I wanted to do something, it was my choice. But then, my parents did, influence that decision as well. So I would say, yeah, parents definitely. And because I'm the eldest as well, so I went to lead an example for my siblings. So but it just didn't work, innit? It didn't work.
What made you think then? You say about like leading an example for your siblings.
Uh-huh.
What made you believe that doing music wasn't leading by example?
Now that I think about it, I feel like it is leading by example because it's going well and it's doing its thing. But at the time, I didn't think music was something that they would want to take on or look at as a stepping stone for themselves. You get me? So but now that I think about it, it's like music's just like another job, and it's out there and it's doing good things. There's not,
for sure.
With music, I feel like there's like a stereotype. You get me? Like people look at it and think like he's an artist and blah blah, and he just gets money, and it's not that. There's actually more meaning behind it. So I just thought, right now, that when I look at music, I was like, there's opportunities. You get me? It's not just the music and the money and blah. There's actually opportunities in it. You can do a lot more than just making hits and carrying on your day. Just there's a lot more store. So
yeah, that's facts. And I want to go into that. And you reference like people just think, they release songs, they get money, and I want to later down the line go into just how hard you do work to make it real. But I mean, I'm interested to understand. You say that upon reflection, potentially your parents were a big influence in going to uni, and you referenced that you just couldn't do it and you dropped out. And then you said, actually, I want to pursue music as a career. What was their reaction?
At first, they weren't as supportive. Like, at first, it was just like, I was probably being daft, like, to them. You get me? Like, music's not it. You get me? You can't go through that. Like, what are you going to gain? And especially because they knew I was doing music at the time as well, and it wasn't really doing as much. You get me? So it was like, their first reaction was like, nah, don't drop out. Like, it's normal, innit? It's normal, so yeah.
And what happened with the sign story? You said you got signed while you were at uni.
So
what happened there?
Imagine I was even in my last year. I was in my last year, so I'll probably go back in uni. I'll probably go back to uni and finish it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I was in my last year, sports therapy. So it wasn't even music related, nothing. So I was literally in my last year, and I just couldn't do it. Like you see, the last year you have distinctions and everything. It's literally taking up your time. Like it's just you literally feel like you're defeated, kind of. You feel me? So it's like I couldn't do it. I couldn't cope with the stress and nothing. And just me getting signed was like, wow, it's a big reality. It's like, okay, something's actually working. And I even got signed from a snippet that I put up. You get me? It wasn't even a track or nothing. It was literally a snippet. So it was like, if they could like take in 30 seconds of me, like, and I know I'm talented. Imagine me releasing millions of songs. You get me? And like I'm only getting signed from this little snippet. So it's like, let me just take this on fully and me from there. You
said, and I could be making an assumption here, but you said I was signed, so as in it was the past tense, which makes me believe that you're not signed anymore. Why didn't that work?
You see, within my personal experience, like the whole when you're not your label's favorite, it becomes a bit annoying. You get me? Things are delayed and then releases, and like I got into music to release music. You understand, and just be consistent and everything. But me being on the label was like, after 8 months, I release a tune. Then I gotta wait like another 6 months, release a tune. It was like it wasn't working for me. You feel me? Just like the one tune is making noise, and then I'll be ghost. And it's like that's not how I want to work. You understand? So that's when I was signed, and it just didn't work. We just had, it was mutual. You get me? So we just terminated it, and I'm just independent now. Still,
You said it's frustrating when you're not your label's favourite.
Yeah.
Who was the label's favourite?
At the time, I think it was SD Money. Yeah, I was signed under We Are Black. But it is what it is. You get me? You learn and reflect, and man, just a decision that I'm more aware now. You understand? Just going into things, and
You said you learn and reflect, and one of the things that I love about this podcast is we speak about things that potentially people are going through or they might go through in the future.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that situation that you would give to other people as knowledge to potentially make a more informed decision?
In that situation, what I did learn was just don't rush into things, you know. Learn your surroundings and understand what you're getting yourself into. With that situation, for me at the time, it was a no-brainer because, like I said, I didn't have music before getting signed.
And it was a way out of uni.
Yeah, just a way out of uni, literally. I just got signed. I was like, right, this is actually working. So for me, it was a no-brainer. But what I didn't understand is, what am I getting myself into? I just looked at it as thinking that, yeah, it's an opportunity. And it was an opportunity, really and truly. But I didn't know that the pros and cons with it. And you get me? So I literally just went in there head first, kind of. And just, yeah, I should have just, you know, took my time and, you know, understood what it was. So, yeah, that's one of the advices I'll give. Yeah.
No, thank you for that. And I know that it'll be well received by others who potentially they've got a deal thrown at them. They see, I think it's very much that short-term gain that people are interested in. But potentially not thinking of the long-term pain that comes along with it.
Yeah.
I can imagine that's pretty high up there, but I'm always interested to kind of pinpoint from the past what the toughest moment or moments were and how you got through them.
As in music or in general?
Just in life.
In life. Toughest moments in life. There's a few experiences, to be honest.
What immediately springs to mind?
Toughest moments in life immediately. It's tricky. I don't know where to start. Literally, there's a lot of experiences. You know, like moving on from like close ones, and then you've got
what exactly do you mean by that? Do you think essentially what I gain from that is your paths are separated?
Yeah. Literally, I wouldn't say difficult, but it was just hard to understand. You understand? It's like, cool. We've grown up. You know, I've had people in my life that I thought, yeah, cool, they were close to, man. And all of a sudden, not there anymore, kind of. So that in itself was like, for me now, I look at my surroundings and I'm kind of aware. You understand? It's like I choose wisely. I know the people around me, kind of thing. So I'll class that as tough. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, literally, because now I'm very aware. You get me? I look at my surroundings again and think, yeah, cool, this is what I've got. And yeah, it's more of a trust thing, you understand, kind of thing. So yeah, experiences like, yeah, just that's pretty much it. With
that in mind, and although you say it was tough, how essential do you think letting those people go was for your growth?
Definitely essential. Experiences like, I don't know, like from my neighborhood, you get me? I don't know, Newham, I don't know if you heard of Newham, but like, it's separate, it's separated, you get me? It's separated. Like, I grew up in an area where I had friends from another area, and then we've had to grow apart, you understand? It's like, that in itself is like, you get me? It's external stuff that are making it happen, but it's like, why? You get me? Why? Kind of thing. But yeah, letting go of them actually did make me grow, though. I won't lie. Yeah, it's just part of life, to be honest. It's literally part of life. So it is what it is. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, as we transition into the present and to discuss things that are going on at the moment, your music, etc., what would you say is like the number one lesson that you learned from your past that still today will mould your present and your future?
Believe in yourself, man. I know it's generic, but just actually believe in yourself, man. Literally, because you're your own biggest fan. Like, no one's going to tell you what you believe in or what you want to do. You understand? It's actually you, yourself, and just you and yourself, literally. So just keep believing in yourself. You understand? Like, the sky's the limit, man. Like, you hear it all the time. It's generic, but literally, I feel like I'm in the process. You understand? Like, I feel like I'm in the process. Like, if you were to tell me like 3 years ago, I'd be charting or something, and I'd be, you know, hitting 1 million streams, or I'll tell you, I'm just a uni student. I'm not there. You get me? I'm not there. My music's not good enough. You understand? But you know, with life, just keep practicing, keep going through it. You get me? Believe in yourself. Literally, I never lost faith, man. Literally, just kept on going. And yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm big now. I literally feel like I'm still upcoming and I've got a lot to show. You understand? So yeah, man, that's literally, that's one thing I always hold on. Just keep faith and keep believing in yourself. Yeah,
I 100% agree. I think like in terms of values, self-belief should be the number one. And in terms of like having kids and stuff like that, moving 100%. Forward, I'm like self-belief is going to be the number one thing that I instill within them, which is super important. One thing that you said though, you never lost faith. How hard was it at moments to keep that faith? Definitely
hard. Like say the label situation where I was an outcast. I was just thinking like this is all I got. I came out of uni to get into music, and the first like route I've made in music was getting signed. So it was like,
how low did you feel at that moment in time?
Very low, man. You get me? Very low. Like it's like, cool, you got yourself and you believe in yourself, but with the push that you just had, it's like, oh, it's all you know. Kind of at the time, it's all you know, and you don't know how to move forward because they've just helped you everything. You understand? So it's like, where do I go from here? And like for like a good 6 to 8 months, I didn't know. I didn't even release music like in the time. You get me? And even after that, when I left them, it was like I was still in a stalemate. I was like, I don't know where to go, kind of thing. I don't know what to do, and it was just like, rah, let me just keep practicing. And yeah, man, I just kept believing. I kept going studio and just hold on to tunes. And then the right one came about, and yeah, literally.
And here we are.
Here we are, man.
Quick one. We work with a lot of up-and-coming urban artists across the UK who are seeking press assistance, radio airtime, creative marketing solutions, and really all-round artist development within an industry that is constantly evolving. Which is why when we had the opportunity to partner with the 1994 Collective on this podcast, it made perfect sense. So to any aspiring artists that are seeking commercial success, please do get in contact with the 1994 Collective and let them know we sent you.
Here we are.
So to talk about the present, I often reference that happiness is found within the present moment. So I wanted to, before I reveal the reason why I'm asking you this, ask you, how happy are you right now?
I'm good, man. I'm happy. I can't complain. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the reason I'm asking is you tweeted recently, you said the less you care, the happier you are.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
that? As in, there's always going to be opinions on you. You know what I mean? There's always going to be opinions. Like, you can't control opinions at the end of the day. Like, if you care too much, it'll get to you, kind of thing. Like, I'm always getting thrown opinions. I see tweets. I see blah blah. I see it. You understand? But I try and pay no mind to it. And once you pay no mind to it, you're good. You get me? Like, you just do you and do yourself. Like, yeah, man. You can't be judged by anyone, kind of. You get me? So yeah, man. That's literally what I meant by that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I was interested in, again, I might be looking too much into this, but it struck me as a tweet that was put out for a reason. So I was wondering what prompted you putting that tweet out at that specific moment.
It's just normal. Do you know what? When I tweet, I just tweet in a moment. You get me? I just tweet in a moment. It's like I don't think of things. I just tweet, and then it just so happens to be a tweet. Literally, literally that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. I was envisaging you getting a load of feedback or something like that you didn't like.
No. I was, you know what? When I tweeted that, I was thinking I was going to get mad feedback, but no, it's cool.
Yeah, we'll go on to the tweet, which did get some feedback shortly. Yeah. But I mean, before we do, what are you working on at the moment? We're talking about the present. So
right now I'm working on an EP coming out very soon, probably like next month, probably. So yeah, like right now I'm working on EP, working on singles. And yeah, just working right now still, yeah.
You referenced the word working quite a few times. I said earlier that I wanted to go into this.
Yeah.
I often feel that people are either naive or ignorant to the amount of work that goes into being an up-and-coming or even a successful artist. So, I mean, to put it in perspective for those people, how hard do you work on your craft?
I'm in there like nearly every day. Literally, studio every day. If it's not studio, then I'm just looking for ways to like build me up. So like social media apps like Snapchat, TikTok, just making content, literally. Or if it's not that, I'm just literally, it's music related. Like, there's not a day that I go now and nothing's music related. You get me? I like being productive. You get me? So yeah, I'm always working, literally always working. Like, there's not a day like, probably even today I probably got a studio later. So yeah, literally I'm always working, man. It's not a day that I'm not working. Yeah.
You said earlier, like right at the beginning of the conversation, you said, people just think, you get given money, you're an artist, this, that and the other.
Yeah.
How much do those sorts of opinions annoy you?
At first it did annoy me, but it's like, you get me? Like I said, everyone's got an opinion at the end of the day. Like, you can't let things get to you. Things you can't control, especially. You understand? Like, the whole stereotype thing it is annoying. You understand? Because they'll just look at you one way and that's it. But you get me? I'm just keep doing me and just just prove that this is me. You feel me? So yeah, that's literally what it is. Yeah.
How old are you now?
24 now.
24.
Yeah.
At what point do you want to make it?
I wouldn't say a point that I want to make it. There's no time. There's no actual time on making it. You understand? Like, what
does making it look like to you? Because I think it's like a very broad statement that can be looked
making
at.
Making it like just hitting like the number ones in the charts and you're internationally known and you're worldwide kind of. You get me? Just that's making it. You get me? Making it. So yeah, that's probably my definition of making it. But yeah.
How much pressure do you feel on your shoulders to get to that status?
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Pressure, not so much pressure. I wouldn't call it pressure.
Expectation, maybe?
50-50 on that kind of expectation. As in, I came into this not expecting to do anything anyways, you understand? So hitting heights for me is like, it's always gonna be, something new. You understand? It's gonna be like an achievement. You get me? Like a step forward. So I never came in with expectations really. So that's why I say 50-50.
Okay.
But now that I'm in a position where I feel like I can take things further, it's like, okay, I can reach heights that I think that I can reach. So it's like, yeah, it's 50-50 really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good explanation.
Yeah.
And you said hitting heights, which I think is one of the statements you used within this tweet. So you put out a tweet saying, ending 2021 way better than I entered it, surpassing goals beyond imagination, truly grateful for everything. Thank you, God. Bring on 2022. So 2022, and I want to talk about the future and your goals and stuff like that, but you referenced thank you, God. How influential is God in moulding your present and your future?
Definitely important. Like, he's number one in everything I do. Yeah, just with everything I do, I just got to put God first. You understand? Like, yeah, man. I don't even know what to say on that one. It's easy. Number one in everything I do, literally. So yeah, man. Yeah.
So to talk about the future, what are the non-negotiable goals that you feel like you have to achieve no matter what?
Heights that I need to achieve.
Goals that
I need to achieve. Hitting 1 million, or surpassing that even. Doing my own show, headline show. Building something back home, for the less vulnerable. Just leading by example. Like, I don't know if that's a goal, but just leading by example. Yeah, leading by example. Like, you just show the good in life. You get me? Like, I feel like right now in our day and age, we're so surrounded by like negativity, innit? So, just showing something positive coming out. You get me? Like, yeah, man, just doing all sorts, man. I'm just trying to be like, I don't know what to call it.
Multi-faceted.
You get me? Music's not the only thing that I envision going forward. You understand? Yeah, like, I feel like music will help with things that I want to do going forward, but it's not the only thing I want to be doing going forward.
That makes a lot of sense. So essentially, you use music to get you on a platform where you can do other things to affect different things.
Yeah.
Interesting. What would you say was like the most important one out of the things that you've referenced that like you're really fixated on?
Within my career right now, like just achieving, crazy things, like, surpassing like goals and expectations and whatnot. That's I want to like conquer music. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely one of the first things that I want to be doing.
Have you set yourself any goals for 2022 in terms of like whether performing at festivals or like?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I wouldn't say goals. I feel like I did that last year. You get me? So this year it's like wherever it takes me. But as long as I'm doing better, you get me? Like if I set myself goals, it's like, yeah. If I set myself goals, it's like you're just stuck on that. You understand? I want to be doing like last year. I learned that the goals that I set, like the tweet out, for example, I surpassed them. You understand? So it's like, cool. I know I can do that now, and let me just like continue doing it. So yeah, that's why I feel like doing stuff this year. Yeah.
No, it's good. It makes a lot of sense. And in terms of, I always like to kind of ask this to get feedback from each guest that we have on.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on legacy? What do you think of when I say that word?
Legacy is like your brand, is you. You understand? You got to leave a good legacy, man. You get me? Your name is your brand at the end of the day. That's how I see it. You get me? Legacy is your name, your brand. You gotta leave your name in a good light. You understand? Without that, there's nothing. You get me? Your name is your name at the end of the day. It's just you at the end of the day. So it's gotta leave that in a good light. If it's not in a good light, then what's the point? Legacy, what's a legacy to you? You understand? So yeah, that's what legacy means to me still.
What does your ideal legacy look like?
I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like I'm doing good. Especially from where I'm from and growing up and my upbringing, I feel like I've changed a lot of thoughts, as in not like externally, but with people like people that are around me. You understand? I feel like
what kind of thoughts?
Like motivation. You get me? Like I feel like I've motivated some people around me. I feel like in a good way, in a good way, obviously. I feel like it's like a drive, innit? Like a drive forward. Getting people to think that they can do more than what you're set out to do. Like there's no limits, kind of thing. You feel me? So yeah, man. Especially the people around me, I feel like I see it. You get me? I see it myself as well. So yeah, definitely. I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good explanation. And in terms of the future or your future self, I always like to kind of ask this to give the content replay value to the artist or to the guest.
Yeah.
So I mean, what message would you give to yourself in 10 years' time when you're rewatching this?
What message would I give myself? I ain't really thought of that, I ain't really thought of that. I actually haven't thought of that. What message would I give myself in that 10 years? Looking back at this year? I don't know. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself. Like, you kept on going. Like, yeah. I don't know what I'll tell myself in 10 years still. Like, I'll be proud of myself. That's what I know. I'll be proud of myself, yeah.
Facts, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, so within the past, present, future journey, what have we missed out, if anything?
My past, present, and future. I don't think we missed out on much. Just all the limits around you. Just try and avoid. You understand? You're bigger than what you think you are. Trust me. Like I say all the time, the sky's the limit. I feel like I've really spoken on that. But yeah, man, definitely, man. I'm so big on that. You get me? Because I'm from a place where I actually didn't think I'll be anything. Honestly. So
why is that? Why didn't you think you'd be anything?
There's just so much like withdrawal. You understand? Like so many limits, pauses, and that comes with a lot of things. Like there's different examples of that. Like say parents not wanting you to do X, Y, and Z. The environment where I'm upbringing, where I'm from, it's like, to say anyone's made it, it's like, I don't know. You understand? So yeah, like just them limits, just try and avoid. You understand? Just believe in yourself and just keep going. Literally, man. Yeah, literally that store. So yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So I mean, before we ask the final two questions that we ask everyone, which you may or may not be aware of, but we'll go into them anyway. How have you found it?
No, it's dope, man. It's cool, proper, man. Yeah, I like it still. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so the final two questions. So we like to have like a natural progression in terms of guests. So I'll come on to this after the first question, so you have a bit of time to think about it, but we're going to ask you to nominate someone that you know, whether that's like a musician, a manager, a producer, whoever it might be, to come on to the podcast. But initially, we're interested to understand like what people think are unanswered areas within the industry. So, I mean, within the UK music industry, what would you say is like an unanswered area, or potentially like an area you would like looked at more?
An area within music.
So like some people say like labels or independent, like I'd like to know more about the benefits of each of those. Some people say, oh, like how women are treated within the industry. So really an area you think is like kind of unpublicized and unlooked at.
I feel like independent and using distribution. I don't think it's talked about enough. You understand? It's out there, people know about it, but I feel like people just know labels, get signed, get your advance, and you're good. But you can actually be doing that on your own, like with a good distro probably, or like even like there's nothing wrong with being independent, nothing wrong at all. People just think like you need the bag, you get me? You need the advance, you need the money to continue and look the part. Nah, you actually don't. So I've been independent for a couple of years now, literally, and I still feel like I'm doing way better than I was in a label, literally. So I don't feel I feel like that's not looked at enough. Being independent, I feel like that's shadowed. Like you get me. So yeah, being independent is proper. Still, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying being an independent still. And yeah, obviously there could be a few limits. Like you get me, like an upcoming artist not having the funds and the marketing and there's limits to it, but being independent, trust me, it's good. It's good stuff. Yeah,
it's a good answer, and it's definitely something that we can look at moving forward. And then so yeah, thank you for that. But to close, who would you like to see on the podcast?
You know what, I'd like to see some producers on it, Yeah, definitely. I feel like they don't really get much of a saying. So I'll say my boy Sound the Beat and Sparbs, two producers, man. They're cold, man. They're proper cold store, man. You should look at them store. So
you can tell them.
You should look at them, man. Trust me, man. Sound the Beat, Sparbs, man. You lot are cold, man. Trust me, man. Yeah, I feel like they'll shed some light on producing as well. Literally, I don't feel like the producers get enough respect. You get me? I feel like it's the artist and you just hear the beat. Nah, man. Trust me, they put in work. Without the beats, there's no music. You get me? So I feel like they play as much of a part as the artists do as well. So yeah, man. Producers should definitely get some light shown on them still.
For sure, 100%. Well, we will we'll hit them up and see if we can make it happen. Yeah, but thank you so much for your time, bro. Honestly, it's been amazing.
Love my bro, man. I appreciate it, man.
Nice one, bro.
Yeah.
Love it.